Well, my background is fine arts, and I was more interested in painting than photography in the beginning, but it was with my career as a graphic designer, particularly as a book cover designer, that I became more interested in photography. And so actually it was not until I did my first solo trip in Southeast Asia and the North Pacific Ocean when, photography became part of my own experience. And I got my first camera when I was 31, and I hardly knew how to use it, and actually I didn't even have time to try it. So I just took it, and I was taking pictures for a whole year, and I would be sending those film rolls back to home, and I only saw the photographs I had taken during that year after I was back home in Barcelona. And I was really impressed with what I saw, because they were, very evocative of my own experiences. And I realized that there was something there. There was something that was very suitable language to tell what I wanted to tell. But in the beginning, my photography was more like a travel photography. It was like a travel log. The concept behind the House of Raja, I would say, is chance. I mean, I found this place by chance, and I think that probably there is something about fate, because the border between chance and fate is quite blurry. If I talk about the concepts that compose this project as a whole, I would say it's about memory, it's about past and present, both overlapping each other. It's about identity, it's about nostalgia, it's about loss, memory, yeah. Well, I had no idea about this region before I went there. The only thing I knew was that there was a conflict, and people in Bangkok, they warned me about going there because they were very, very scared about this place. So it was out of sheer curiosity. I mean, in a country that is so touristy, like Thailand, so popular. You have Phuket, Chiang Mai, and all these islands. I mean, the Deep South was something that invited for adventure. What I'm interested about, it's the house as a symbol, as an allegory of what the region is. So I'm more interested about the atmosphere, this sense of solitude, this sense of nostalgia about the past, and how things overlap between the past and the present. Was not hard to me, at least, I mean, when I took the photographs, because they were part of my experience, and I really enjoyed. Well, I mean, there were like times where it was a bit tough, it was difficult, but I really enjoyed the difficulty of the project. The photographic part was not so hard as perhaps I would say that it was the post-processing of those photographs, the hardest part of the photographic project. The writing part, I would say it was harder than the photographic part, because, well, obviously it's my first experience as an author, and also I decided to write in English. So I think I took the challenge myself, and I accepted, because I thought it would be interesting writing in English. Creatively speaking, writing was challenging because it's a story that I had to tell in a way that, is a structure in chapters. There is a narrative flow there are characters. It's a little bit like when you write fiction, although it's based on my experiences. I had to keep a narrative and a structure to tell the story properly. And sometimes, you know, I had to adjust things, or I had to learn how to describe certain character. And so it was, yeah, definitely the writing was the most difficult part. Well, yes, actually I have one body of work in color titled Jutamai, about a Japanese dancer. But I haven't had the chance to work with color again. It has turned out that, you know, black and white has been very suitable for my last projects. And this one, you know, the obvious choice was black and white. Because, you know, this book, it's all about the shadows, it's about mystery, it's about past and present memory. So black and white is more evocative, more poetic, and it gives this feeling, this atmosphere in it. Because shadows in the book are another character. They inhabit this house. So the shadows inhabit the house somehow as one more character of the story. So in that sense, having a very strong blacks was very important, and black and white was the obvious choice. My state of mind is quite close to what Taoism is. I'm not sure if I could be called an agnostic, or in any case, I'm not atheist. So, or I'm not totally skeptical about everything. But yes, I think I'm quite a spiritual person. So, but it's different, you know, from dealing with, you know, when you deal with superstitions and different beliefs that stem from, you know, different religions. And it was difficult for me to accept many things. This project took me about 4.5 years, and I must say that it has taken longer than I expected. And yes, definitely, I got a lot of help from locals, and I could say that this project wouldn't have been possible without, you know, the help from the locals. I mean, their empathy and their, you know, willingness to share what they knew, or, you know, to share their homes with me and their friendships. And I mean, it was amazing. Yes. Well, I would say that the ideas find me rather than I mean, it sounds like a cliche a little bit, but yeah. I mean, I have a blind faith on chance. So I usually just choose a destination, and then you know, I wait for things to come up. I mean, I try to discover something. Sometimes it might be a person, sometimes it might be a place, like the House of the Raja. I'm very driven by trying to, you know, improve everything and make it as perfect as I can, which actually is kind of, I'm aware it's an illusion, but I can't help it. I mean, I'm totally obsessed with details, and I want to achieve the best I can. So for this book project, I would say I have achieved probably, I don't know, 90% of what I wanted. I mean, it depends. If we are talking about the contents, I think I've been able to tell the story I wanted to tell. And I think everything is there. I don't think anything is missing in terms of the story. In terms of production, for example, yeah, I'm really satisfied with certain aspects of the production, but I think I haven't achieved the excellency I wanted to. But, you know, it has been a very humbling process, and I somehow have to accept that, you know, there will be things that cannot be the way that you want. Honestly, I'm not sure about what I'm going to do the next, because I'm still quite overwhelmed by this project. So I don't think I will be able to decide until I have finished this project. But I have a few things in mind, and one of them could be probably done here in Bangkok.